right. Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to FigJam Live here with Laura Hunt. If for those who don't know Laura Hunt, you are a fifth grade teacher, right? Fifth grade science and
RLA.
And RLA and
I also do the GT and innovation for the fifth grade.
Yes, GT Innovation. So really excited to have you here, and
Thanks.
I'm really excited to be here. This is one of our live stream sessions that hopefully everybody's starting to kind of get used to and learn a little bit more about as we go through the whole year and kind of get little things going and rolling. And let's see here. We are talking FigJam today.
FigJam.
FigJam. And as we keep going, so for those of you who we sent an email to, and we'll put the link to in there as well. So we have our check-in board that we're doing on FigJam as well. So you'll be able to add some things as we start talking about that. So you want to talk about that? I guess we could go ahead and talk about that right now.
Check-in board?
Yeah. Or do you want to show them a little bit?
Let's save it.
Okay. All right. So
show them all the cool stuff first.
I like the cool stuff.
Yeah.
So, but as you're with us, if you have any questions, please make sure that you put them in this question box too as well. Your comments over there on the right side. So you'll be able to add those comments and we'll be able to help you out on things too as well and answer those comments. So, all right. So let's go ahead and let's dive on in to some FigJam. So I'm going to let Laura jump off here and kind of talk. When you hear the word FigJam, I know people are, some people, I think even had one of my friends say, "Oh yeah, I love FigJam. I love peach jam and jam and jelly." I said, "What?"
Yep. I've had a lot of people ask me about it and they thought it was dessert. We were talking about that, but it's not.
It's not.
It's on your computer.
It's super sweet though.
It's super cool. Yeah. So I had used, Jamboard, Google's Jamboard back in the past. And I kind of liked it. I kind of didn't, but it's not a thing anymore.
It is not.
They're doing away with it. And so, Willie, you actually introduced me to this FigJam, and I have kind of played around with it for a few weeks, and I really, really like it. It's like Jamboard, but better.
Yes.
I can use it. The kids can use it. It's an infinite whiteboard. And so I kind of feel like, the movie Iron Man, that first one, where he's trying to figure out everything, and he like pulls it up, and he's manipulating it kind of with his hands on this screen in front of him that no one else can see. That's kind of what I feel like when I use it.
Okay.
It's awesome.
See, I love that's a great analogy. I'm a huge Iron Man fan. Actually, I got a little Iron Man stuff person on my desk over there right now. So yes, I like that analogy. So you almost like a superhero, huh?
Absolutely. Yes.
With your kids. Okay. Yeah, cool. All right. Well, shoot. Yeah. Well, let's go ahead. Let's jump into FigJam and take a look at a couple of things that we have going on. So add you to the stage here. All right. I'm going to make this full screen for us. There we go. So the first thing, so if you'll go to that introduction there of us.
Yeah. Okay. So FigJam is really cool because all you do, you can use your screen, you can use your mouse, you just zoom in and out. So let's do you first.
Okay.
You're the host.
So what we'll do, let me go here. Let me pull up FigJam. There we go. So this is me here. Where am I at? There I am. And if you'll see there, I got my name on there. And what I really like about this is that this is the thing that your students can do. So there's a little icon up there at the top right corner of my space with the microphone, or not with the microphone, with the audio thing on there. You let's see if you play that. Let's see, that should come through.
I think so. You want me to click?
Yeah.
All right. So you go and click. Let me click on my mouse. There we go. And it pops up this thing. I hit play.
Like I said, huge fan of how that works. So that was really simple for me to go in there and record that too. That's called a widget. So I threw that in there. And so I was able to take a picture of myself and different things, and I was able to add kind of some information about who I am, and of course, would love to be a basketball analyst. Like that would be huge. Yeah. We watch that constantly, all the time. So that's pretty cool. All right, what about you?
So that's me. In case you weren't sure, my name's Laura. I am super excited and passionate about gifted education. I sing, if you didn't know.
Oh, no, I didn't know you sing.
Yeah, I sing in the choir and the praise band at church and shower mostly. That's like the place. And I would love to open my own school. That's like my big, huge dream.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty. I've met all kind of innovative stuff happening in that school. Golly, that is awesome. All right, so yeah, these were pretty. You want to kind of run through those elements real quick?
Yeah. So what I like about this, in particular, is that the taking the picture and recording your voice. I did it all here within Figma, so I don't have to. A lot of times when kids are making stuff or doing things, they try to take a picture and it downloads to their computer, and then they have to find it, and it's just a whole mess. But this, like you said, with the widget, they just take the picture, it shoots it out just like a Polaroid, and they drag it and size it, and everything's right here. So I don't need any other apps or anything.
I love that. Show them that Polaroid widget thing. I think that's pretty neat.
Okay, so down here at the bottom, there's a bunch of different little buttons. If you click this one, hold on. Let's do this. I'm going to type in picture because I'm looking at stickers. We want a widget, don't
we? Yes.
Camera. I told you, I'm new to this.
Hey, you're doing great.
It's not wanting to.
There it is. I saw it a while ago.
I did too. Can I just drag that?
Yeah. Because I think you already used it once.
I did use it. Okay, see? So you just drag it out of there. It takes a little bit of time. So you go, this is our little camera. See how the hand changed there? There we go. And you click it. And you smile. Don't forget to take the picture. And that's your Polaroid. It takes just a second to kind of set and upload, and then you can drag it to wherever you want it.
That's too cool. And it prints out there at the bottom. If she moves down, look at that. It's even got her name on there because that's what she signed in as.
But I can change that. You make it however big you want, and I can change this to like Iron Man, obviously. So
that is too awesome. I love that.
Yep.
I love that. And so, like I said, being able to introduce yourself to that, I know you talked about even introducing other things, characters, other stuff like that. Maybe if they took a picture, like if it was in math, different types of shapes or things around the room, whatever. I think that's a really easy way. I love how you said it's all housed in here.
It's right there. Yeah. And I like as a teacher, I can go in and I can actually make these little voice memos. So if they're working on a project and I'm trying to give them feedback, I don't have to write a note or type something out. I just say what I want and they can listen to it.
See, it makes it super simple, super easy. Oh my gosh, I love that.
I like it.
All right, let's move on to the next one here. Let's see where else.
Do you want to see how I've been using it?
I do. They for sure want to see that.
Okay, so I use it for stations because I don't know, stations really kind of overwhelm me for reading. I haven't taught reading in a while. And I just need something, I need it to be manageable. And so I came up with this idea. All my kids are grouped into colors. And then instead of having to change on the slide every day, like red group, do your iStation, blue group, read your book or whatever, it's all here. So everybody clicks on the same link and then go. And so they know that they all have to start with their iStation minutes, and then this is their choice. So by the end of the week, they've finished all of their things.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then what's really cool is if you're in charge of this, you can lock it. So you see I double tapped there and I hit lock, so the kids can't move it or mess with it or change it. And then also I can show it. I'm trying to decide how. I can't remember. But you can make it to where they can't see a section.
Oh, yes. No, you were right. So click on it like you had. No, like click on the section, not right click on it. Just click in the blue somewhere.
Okay.
And this should pop up at the top.
I have to unlock it first, I think.
There we go. See that little eyeball?
Little eye. Yeah. So
yes.
if I hide it, then it appears like that. And so you know there's something there. It doesn't just disappear, but they can't see what it is. So I have like all of them that I've done.
Okay.
So I can keep track and see what they have done previously. But I just
that's pretty cool.
that, and they can only see the one that's active.
Like so some pre-work getting in there. So especially as you're working and you're trying to get ahead, I think that is huge.
Does that happen? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, every now and then we try to get ahead. So that's I think that's pretty neat. Especially the fact that they can't unhide it. So I think that's really
or if you're working on a project, you know, and you don't need
those different checkpoints and things, goals going on. Yes. Yeah, that's a pretty neat little deal there.
So, and you just click it again and there it is.
What now, each week though, you say you make another one. How easy is it to just make another one?
It's my favorite thing. You double tap and is there a duplicate? No, you just copy. And then if I scroll to a different place on my board, I can paste. And the whole thing is there.
That is all. Look at that.
And then I will
whole thing.
And like put this one to sleep. And then, okay, and I can change the dates as I need, if I need to change anything there. Another thing, I figured out that my kids they really need some more fluency practice. So each group has some different fluency practice based on their level. And I've just linked the text. So when they click this, it takes them directly to their flip.
Okay.
So again, they don't have to like manage different tabs. It just takes them right to things. Or like to Raz kids, it's really nice. They don't have to remember much.
That's awesome. Yeah, and keeps them on their pace, keeps them where they need to be. And so you become more of the facilitator than standing up there in front of the classroom the entire time.
They are completely independent.
Oh my gosh. Oh
on
yes.
This part. I mean, I have my groups, but they know what to do. They know where to find it. It's all right there.
I like that. All in one place. And if they did want to leave some type of feedback, or they wanted to for you or for them, there's a little comment section too as well if you want to. So I think that's pretty neat too as well. Okay. Yeah. I love how you've been using this for personalized learning. Well. Yes.
And it's easy for the kids. I thought there might be a learning curve, but they can navigate it fine.
All right. Yeah. And remember, 5th grade, guys, 5th grade. So if the 5th graders can do it, come on. Come on. So try this out. So I'm going to share here one of mine real quick. So I'm going to bring that up. I'm on the wrong, let me bring this back here. There we go. So one of the things here real quick is the text features that I did with Kelsey Killo. This is back, I don't know how long ago it was. But as you can see here, as I was working with students and we were working through to talk about the different text features from illustrations, captions, types of print, things like that. So, and this was actually done as a interactive display lesson with the students. So they were able to come up to your displays that you have in your screen, or in your classroom, and they were able to come up and drag and touch the screen and drag the different text that goes to the different parts of it. So if that's illustration, this is, types of print. So there's subtitle. So where would a subtitle go inside the text, things like that. They were able to do that. If it was a caption, where would the caption go? It would go there. So, but they were actually able to come up to the class, in our display and do that as well. So, and before we did that, we did a little turn and talk as well. So then that way we could say, oh, is that person correct? What do you think? And, they did the agree and all that stuff. So that's pretty fun. And then I don't know if I have this one in here or not. What did I do? There, nope. I thought I had Pokemon, and I can't remember what I did with that one. That might be gone. But I was able to bring in the things that they're actually used to seeing when it comes to the real world. So here's an Instagram post too as well. So they were able to come in there and talk about what the caption was, what the title was, all those different things. And like you said, one of the big things was this was hidden. And as we went through the line, because otherwise, and these are 2nd graders, they're just looking at, oh, Ninja Turtles, oh, Pokemon, oh, this. And I need you to focus on this part of the lesson first. and all this was happening in one infinite board. So I thought that was a pretty fun and interesting lesson for them. And like I said, I don't teach second graders, so that was also a pretty fun, interesting lesson for me too as well. So yeah, so that's pretty neat. Pretty neat. So I'm gonna bring you back here so you can keep going. I love the things you're sharing. So all right, what else you got? You're on stage now.
Let's see. So I don't teach social studies this year, but I have been, and something that we had been doing in our 5th grade social studies was during the Revolutionary War, we found some pieces of art like depicting that time. But you could do this with any historical time, or even like a picture from a part of a storybook or something. And so this one, we print this out with speech bubbles, and the kids have to caption like what these people would be saying, right, as they're crossing the Delaware. But this was way easier, and the picture looks so much better than a black and white copy. And yeah, so if you have this, use what you know. And so the kids can come right down here. These are sticky notes.
Okay.
And so all you do is you click and drag it to where you would want it. And so, then they could type like, it's freezing, Merry Christmas, because I don't know if you know, they did this on like Christmas Day.
Okay. Okay. All right. That makes sense. I did not realize that. Surprise. Yeah.
So you could do stuff like that, or if you wanted it to be more the right shit. Oh, and if you zoom in there, do you see how my name is at the bottom of that sticky note?
So, I do. You
would know that I did that.
Yes. Right? Oh, they can't hide.
Like, you can't hide.
I love that.
I could try. Sometimes I have kids who, they're real small, so you don't notice them. I'll make it tiny, but I'll just zoom in. It's not a big deal. Oh, Laura did that. She knows what she's talking about.
I love that.
So that was cool. Or you could do it as a shape. If you want it to look more like speech bubble, you could bring it up here and do it like that, and just type whatever you wanted in there. So I think that was kind of fun.
That is pretty fun. And so I'm thinking about inferencing. I'm thinking about making their own memes. All kinds of different ways to be able to use imagery, and students using their like you said, when it comes to adding text and things like that to pictures and stuff. I think that's pretty neat. Even explaining their thinking when we talk about those different parts of the math problem or sections and things like that. And each maybe group is responsible for a particular space that's in here. So I love that. Love that you brought that in there. Okay, there was another one that I saw top right corner. Now I want y'all to realize we are still in the same space. Like, we haven't switched over to a slide. We haven't moved. What they call it? I don't know. He called it something else the other day we were watching, but we haven't had to go in and out of something. Our entire lesson is here with y'all. Infinite.
We could just keep, and it looks like ants over there, right? Or you can zoom in as much as you want.
And she's using her touchscreen. So remember, all your students have Chromebooks that have touchscreens on them too as well. So they can do that too. But one of the things I love is there's all kinds of shortcuts on here. And I'm not a keyboard shortcut guy. I like trackpad. But I've been using that space bar to drag things around, space bar and then drag. So that's been helping a lot to toggle back and forth from the hands to the little mouse pointers. That's pretty neat. Yeah. All right, plot diagram. That looks like fun.
Okay, so when we did our training, I really like how he would do this and he would have multiple. So kind of like when I duplicated those stations things. But if, let's say I duplicate this, I swear there was a duplicate. I don't
know if it was Command D or something like that he did.
Control D is what I think I did. I think I just made it somewhere else. Yeah, so the whole thing.
Okay,
let me drag it. So now, I have those groups, those color groups, reading groups, or maybe your table groups. So I could say plot diagram, and maybe we'll make this the red group. So they're working as a table group there. I'll just change this to red. And so the red group knows, or table one knows that they need to be doing on this one. And so they're all working on the same thing, just right there at their tables. And so I made this
I'm still working on the manipulation of like moving around. We haven't read this year, but you can use this, for any age, any story. I said use these sticky notes to fill in the details of the story on the plot diagram. So I'd have the kids discuss, what's the exposition? Okay, after they turn and talk, let's add, what do we think is the exposition? And this group would drag, and then they would type, who are the characters, things like that. And then they could really just map out their plot diagram. Or I know in 5th grade, we've been using like text evidence a whole lot. And so we could say, what elements of the story let you know that this was the climax. So you can really go as deep or as
that's like really digging into their deeping. Yeah,
sure.
or DOK with that. So that's pretty neat. And it's funny because you talk about text evidence. So now we just took there was that vertical alignment. So that 2nd grade teach where they're just identifying to now we're in 5th grade where we're actually taking what we learned and we are going in there and having to prove
justify it with
the text.
Oh my God. For sure.
Whew, man, I'll tell you, boy, I'm about to get preaching up here. Okay, all right. We're gonna let it go. All right. So yeah, this is going pretty good, guys. And remember, if you have any questions, please be sure to drop them in the comments section below too as well, or any comments that you may have. But also make sure like I said, we'll go to that other FigJam that we shared with you a little bit, and we'll drop that in the comments too as well for those who didn't register for today's session. Okay, one of the ones I want to share real quick, and then we'll actually jump into how you can get into this. Actually, there's actually 2 little things I want to share. So one of the things I do want to share up here at the very top there. Let me bring up my screen. So you'll see up here where it says 3 minutes up there at the top. So you have a timer, music, and voting built in. You don't have to go grab another app. You have to grab another widget. So if I click on that,
this was like the first thing you showed me about this. This is, I think, what sold it for
this is awesome.
The music.
So
amazing.
If I want to put in, 1 minute, okay, so they have a minute, maybe, turn and talk, minute to work on their section to label all the different things that they need or respond to something, to another person's thing that they did. So I do that, I hit play, and then my timer's going. If I go ahead and hit play music too, it will actually play music. I'm not sure if they might be able to hear it out there. But as the timer expires, the music itself will go away too as well. If I need to pause it, I can pause it too as well. But this, like I said, this stays inside of FigJam no matter where I'm at. Even when I move this around, oh, nope, don't move that around. If I move this around, it stays on my big screen. It stays on their screen, however it is you want to do. So I like that. Yeah. Now that vote thing, that's a new thing. I don't remember seeing that. So we'll have to play with that a little bit later. But yeah, I wanted to share that real quick. Let's just count down. It's almost there. As that's going, I will actually drag over here. Let me zoom out there. So as you've been seeing, so I'm actually holding the space bar down and dragging around. So this is another, when we talk about project-based type learning. And kind of seeing where, and see, there it goes. Music stopped. We're done. And we can move on to the next thing. If I want to repeat it. This is something that I've been working with our students, our AV students. So project management, project workflow, that's always been a tough thing to kind of manage with students. I want to make sure where they're at. So I created this little thing here. There's graphics to be made. And the sticky notes you'll see on here start out, and let's see here. Let's go. Oh, there's a good one. So it starts out as blue. And as they continue to progress and work on it, and then they drag it, it turns yellow, or it doesn't turn yellow, but they turn it yellow. And then when they actually finish, they'll turn it green. So I can at a glance see where they're at on their projects and who needs to do what and complete what. And on top of that, like you did earlier, so I hyperlinked them to a Google folder. So,
this is the cool part.
Yeah, so all their stuff is hyperlinked in here. So when I click on this, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I click on it, there's every single, I don't have to go hunt in that Google Drive anymore for these things. So there's every single thing that they have made and used. That way we can go back and go use it. So like I said, when it comes to project workflow and your students are doing different types of PBL in the classroom, this is a great way and a great place. Now, they have other templates. this is just one I made as well. So that's a pretty neat little deal that I like to use.
As you're talking, I just keep thinking of more things I want to talk about. I gotta like tone it down.
Well, we're gonna have another session. This is just session one, kind of get you going in Q&A. All right, so I think that was all of what we wanted to kind of show you. Oh no, there was one more.
Can I show you one more?
Yeah. Let me get out of this and add you back. There we go, and you're back on the stage there.
Okay, so I know that at least in my classroom, and I think a lot of our classrooms, like collaboration is a really big part of it. But sometimes we don't always have time, to hear everyone who wants to say
what they
have to say. And so, especially, 5th grade science is the first time they have a science STAR test, like ever. And some of them are short constructed responses. So I know, especially here in the second half of the year, we've been working a lot on those responses. And I really want the kids to see examples of good ones, like exemplars. And so they usually write them in their journal, but now with FigJam, I can post the prompt. I can remind them of what I need them to do to answer the question. And then they just pick a sticky note and they can type their response. And what I like is that the kids can see each other's. And so they can see good writing, and they can go and leave feedback for each other. I like that they can do it all at once, and I don't have to spend another 5-10 minutes of class, letting people read, because I'm going to have to find the exemplar, and then I'm going to have to go and let them read it. And now I can just do it. It's just right there.
Just right there.
I just really like it.
I like that.
Yeah.
Now, what I really like is you brought up a good point that everybody can see their stuff. Everybody can access their stuff. So one of the things that has to be kind of up front and foremost. So talk about a little bit about what you had to do with students, which is great for anything that you're doing with kids when it comes to using technology or anything.
Yeah. So we talked a lot about digital citizenship and how, the things that you are adding to this space are yours and they're not anyone else's, and vice versa. No one else's things are yours. And so we don't change anyone's things. We don't mess with that. You can leave good feedback that's going to help them be a better student, be a better writer. But we're not gonna mess with anyone's stuff. And they've really done well. I think the thing that helped the most is when we first got going with this, I gave them a chance to play with all the buttons and find all the things. And once they kind of figured out what everything was, they were listening to me when we were using it in instruction instead of playing. And they know how to use it appropriately. And now, everything, I can see who's left a comment or who's done something. And so anytime there's something, I can just have a private conversation and say,
that's good.
And it really hasn't been an issue.
It's good. We're talking about some real world skills right there.
Yeah.
And I know there's probably some other teachers who are very grateful that you do that, especially the ones that they're coming up to. So that's going to be really good that you're able to teach them those skills. That's awesome. All right. So we have a question here. How do you use the templates? So I got stuck on that part. So when you say templates, April, are you talking about, let's see, there it is. So you're talking about the templates that are inside of FigJam from the very beginning when you get logged in, because we're going to kind of touch on that a little bit, not a whole bunch, but just want to get you started when it comes to adding a template, or you're talking about editing the one that we shared with you. So we'll kind of get into that. So yes to the first one. I'm gonna go with yes to the first one because that's what I got here is a yes. Okay. All right. So we kind of showed you some things. We didn't show you everything. Okay. There's so much, but we want to make sure you get in. So let's go ahead and we're going to start with that. So you want to talk about how getting in, or you want to talk about so I'll talk about with your class when we get to that and how you get them going. All right. So I'm going to jump in here and we're going to go back to FigJam. And we're going to go back home. So if you don't know that, so FigJam is a part of Figma. So Figma and that company, they have what's called design files. They can do prototyping. So you can make apps. You can do all kinds of stuff. 3D printing if you wanted to. There's all kinds of stuff. But FigJam is the whiteboard section of there. So everybody K through 12 has a Figma account. So you just log in with Google. And you are a part of the Robinson ISD school district. So that's what that is. This is 100% free. All the things that are on there, you can go nuts with it if you want to when it comes to using it. So you don't have to worry about things not being available and things not working. So that is that part. And you just you can go to figma.com or we'll get you there, and then you log in with Google. So once you get in, then you'll see all the different templates and stuff where you can use those. And basically when you click it, it'll open up a template it'll open up a new FigJam board for you to use. Pretty much.
Of it like a canvas. I don't know why I do that.
Yeah. I like that. So now if you're wanting to create, and your students, well, we'll get to that here in a minute. So if you want to create a team or a class, okay, air quote there, if you can see that, all right. When you go to FigJam, you'll see no, you won't see all teams. No. Are you able to see all teams? Remember, we're just, we've been doing about a month.
Let me go back to files.
Because I can see, because I'm admin.
All teams,
okay, so you can see all teams.
See all my teams.
Okay, so some teams are hidden if you are part of that, and some teams are not. Okay, so if I go back to all teams, so drafts that I have, or my recents as well, so that's where I can start at. So once you go to teams or all teams, and you hit new team, right? This is where you're actually able to come in and create a class. Okay, so you want to talk a little bit about how you manage that, maybe a little bit with your students?
So I really just have my one main canvas or design, but after our chat with the guy,
David Kern, yep, David, shout out to David.
I really got some better ideas for that. So I mean, you can have a team, like I could have one with all of the reading teachers that I meet with, and we could just kind of collaborate on that. Or for students, I'll name it, Hunt Homeroom or Hunt English, that kind of a thing. And so I know, and they know, because if I invite them to multiple canvases, I guess, what are they called?
I get boards.
Then they'll know, okay, I need the reading one because we're in reading or science. And so you create it, and then at the bottom, it'll give you a link. Like you can decide the access that you want them to have, editing or just viewing, and then you'll have a link. And I just put the link right into Schoology as a link that they click on, or you could put it into Google Classroom.
Mm-hmm.
Just put it and then click on it. So when my kids click, it takes them right into that board for their stations, and they can see everything they need to see.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Or so when I invite them, you can also do it individually. So I could create one and invite Willie, and then it would go directly to your email. The thing with FigJam is that you're not in the board until you actually accept that invitation. So, with Google, when you share it with someone, they don't have to open that email to already have access to the thing, but you do with FigJam. So the students will need to go. That's why I just shared it as a link, because our kids don't have email on their computers.
Right. So once they click on that, I mean, they're pretty much in, and you could, if you wanted to, like you said, if you wanted to do with different types of groups, you could have different links for different groups.
Yeah, like
inside of
Schoology, kids working on a specific project, or they can even create their own.
That's true. That's true. They don't have to wait for us. I forgot about that. I like that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty cool.
That's pretty neat. And so when you do create your team or class, okay, you name it, hit the access there, so it can be open to anyone at Robinson ISD. They can view the files. It can be a closed team, or it can be a secret team. Don't worry. I'm pretty sure students cannot make a secret team, but if they can, if they do, we see all teams. As you can see, there's an admin team. When I say we, me and Brian, you see all the teams. So you don't worry about students making secret teams. But I don't think they can make a team. So
you could just make the rule. I mean, they follow your rules. Make sure they add you to any team they create.
Yeah.
And you can always get in and see.
I really want to say I don't think they can, because they have a different domain. The STU, and we have the RSD web, not RSD, Robinson.K12.th.us. So we have that.
Yes.
I remember when they set it up for us. So I want to say there's that. So that's I like that. All right. So let me go back to drafts. So as your students get in, I like the link way that you talked about. Now he did share, which we'll get into a little bit later. Not today, but you are able to share specific things based on URL and forced copies and all that stuff. Like I said, there's so much, guys, so much. We really would love for you to be a part of all of that.
I would love to tell you, I'm dying. I think it's so cool.
So once we're in and you have your FigJam up, say I have this brainstorming basics things here. Let me see. It's still me sharing. So brainstorming basics or daily sync or team meeting. We'll go with brainstorming because we definitely want them to start diagramming and brainstorm things they're talking about. If I click on use this template, it'll make that template down there and then it will open it up just like you're seeing right here. So now I'm able to go in here and use this template. And then I'm also able to come over here. This is what Laura was talking about. This is where I'm able to get that copy link to put inside of Schoology or Google Classroom as well. And this is also, once again, you can put this on your interactive display for your students.
Right up there, like where it says enter the email address and then can edit. So you can change it just like you would in Google.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you can view, you can edit, that kind of thing. So you can toggle that.
Yes. Oh, okay. All right. So let's okay, who had I'm sorry so much. So the one other thing, all right, let's go back. I want to go questions here. I want to see if anybody had, all right, can you show how to get the link again? All right, okay. So I just did, let me try. So are you talking here? So share, top right corner, and then copy link right there. So you can copy that link. I would love to try the embed inside of Schoology. I wonder if that looks like. But if I hit copy link.
So I will tell you, if you do it that way and you do copy link, I put it into Schoology. This is exactly how I shared mine. The kids will click it and then, well, no, that was when we moved over. Yeah, they'll have instant access to it.
Instant access.
That's it.
That's it.
It's as easy as that. And what I like about this template that you're in, I mean, you can change anything once that's created. You can still take anything away and add to it. You can even link. This is a fun fact for like Figma 102, but you can link each of those little shapes in there has a different URL. And so if I want kids to go exactly to that one, I can share the link for that specific shape. Yeah,
it's changing up there.
So it'll draw them, once they click on it, it'll draw them exactly to where I want them to look, if you want.
That is awesome.
It can like do way more than we even know. It's so cool.
So great question. Do I need to go back and click start before they can edit the board? No.
Once you share it, if they have editing rights, they can edit.
So actually, I'm going to share this with you real quick because I want them to see this one thing. So there's Laura Hunt there. I'm going to invite her to edit. So Laura's actually going to, so don't do anything just yet. Go back to your, I'm going to bring you up. Go back to your files. So say you did share this with maybe your team, because you wouldn't do a link. You just put their email addresses in. As you saw when I typed it in, it brought the Google email addresses in. So she's going to go back up to her files. And yep. And so she clicks on that little.
So my bell now has this little red notification on it. If I click it, it will tell me he shared this with me. So I have to accept it before I'm able to go in and see it. But I'll accept it. And when I click accept, it'll take me right to it.
All right. So she's in it. Now, Laura, I want you to click on me there, top right corner.
Your face?
Click on my face.
Oh, am I gonna follow you?
You're gonna spotlight me. So now.
Yeah, I clicked on his picture in the top right. Just tell him it's so cool.
Oh, I'm watching this other one over here.
Him.
So whatever I'm on.
I'm not touching it. So if you have a kid who's like, we want to spotlight them, they're doing this really cool thing, or I want you to see what they're doing as an example for all the other students, because they, you have those in class who just like, they're on it, they get it, they're doing it. It will highlight you, and it's called Spotlight, and it just follows what you're doing. So everything that you do now is on my screen until I click off of you, or up here, I can stop, and I'll just, okay, now it's my screen again.
And so if I click on Laura, same thing.
I'm following you.
Oh, you're following me? Okay.
No, here. So, yeah, I'm going to add stamp. I want to give you a thumbs up because you did a really good job on this.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. I appreciate that. And so, and think about this. So now, if you're in a board with your groups or with all your students, and you're up there on your big screen and you're working, or you're on your own device working, they are now following you right from their Chromebooks, and they can see what it is that you're working on too as you're teaching and going through the board itself. So, but once again, that's another one of those, teaching them how to, be respectful and pay attention. But I think that that's a pretty good thing. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I just saw the little sticky thumbs up. So pretty cool. I love that. We're awesome. All right. So I hope, Cindy, that answered your question about start before they can edit the board. All right. So let's jump over here. Let me jump over here. Yeah, I'm still sharing there. All right. Okay. So I'm in the check-in now place. Before we jump on to that part, I do want to ask, did everybody get in? If you were not able to get in, please put that in the chat below so that way we can see that. If you were not able to get into FigJam, everyone who is here right now, please put that in the chat function. So let's dive in. So on that first one here, so I like the colors and the templates. Okay. Adding links, that is super cool and time saving. So I like that. Oh, the camera is awesome.
It's pretty cool.
April and Rob's Intermediate. It is pretty cool. I love that. That camera thing is so much fun. Laura and Willie rocking the FigJam.
Thank you very much.
So not sure yet, and the Polaroid camera piece. So the three questions real quick. So what's something you like, something you have questions about, something you can't wait to use? So not sure yet. And then, of course, the Polaroid camera is pretty neat. And then, April already used the Polaroid camera. There she is. Rob's the Intermediate.
Yeah.
That is pretty neat there. That is pretty neat. And so, as you can see, I love how each one of these sticky notes, whoever types on it, there's their name. Let's see, I like how students have all of their links in one place. They don't need to go back to Schoology and find other links. That is true, Katrina. I like that. Another thing, gosh, doggone, it's 4:54. Oh, time. Guys, I'm telling you, requested PLC. We'll be there, PLC. That he mentioned, we won't be able to 100% show it. What time is it? 4:55. Google Docs.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to show.
Oh, okay. All right, fine. I'll do it. I think that was the last one. I think what Katrina put in there. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna jump back to this one here. Do we have one already up?
I don't think so. Do you want me to tell them while you
Yes.
put it in there?
Yeah.
Okay. So a lot of times we'll have kids, working on multiple tabs with something, and so. I work in Schoology, and so if I link something into Schoology that will take them to a Google something, a doc or a slides or something, they have to go back and forth. And something we found out Tuesday was that if you link a Google Doc or a Google slide or something into Figma or FigJam, when the kids click on it, it brings up, it's not a preview, it's the actual document or slide, but it stays within the FigJam. So it's not opening a new tab. So they can click on these things and they'll stay right here. I think of it almost like if you're watching a YouTube video on preview. Mm-hmm. And so instead of opening it in a new tab, it just kind of keeps it right there in a smaller window. This will do that.
All right. So I grabbed a link. Okay. One of my links here from Google Drive. I am going to paste it right there. And as you can see,
that's another thing. When you paste stuff, most things that you paste, you don't have to necessarily hyperlink them. You just put them right in, and it makes this little button. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So it's almost like a preview, so the kids can see what they're going to click on.
So you have a vertical display, and you have horizontal, mm-hmm. which we'll get into that here in a minute when it comes to YouTube. So when I click on that, oh, nope, that took me there. Where did that?
I don't know. It was cool.
Where did that go? Did I? Why do you want to keep opening? All right, bear with us. We are.
I don't know how I did it. It was really cool.
I know, man. I'm like, okay.
Okay, hold on. No, that's not the same thing.
All right. So we'll come back to that one. But let me grab a YouTube video real quick. But it does work. I promise you. It does work. Don't look at me like that. It does work. Cybertruck. Everybody wants to know about the Cybertruck, right? So let me pull that up here, and come on, YouTube, you do my loading thing here for me as well, real quick. I had one. Man, all right, you keep playing with that.
It's like a thumbnail. So you go and you find the video you want. The one he showed it, like we just had the Holocaust Remembrance Week. And so if you have a compilation of links or YouTube videos, you just drag those in, and you don't hyperlink them to text or anything. You just drag them right into the board. It's a board, not a canvas. Mm-hmm. But it'll give you essentially a thumbnail. So, when you go to YouTube and you see the thumbnails with the pictures, which is really helpful. I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, it'll give you a thumbnail. And so the kids can more easily kind of go between what it is they're looking at.
There we go.
Click on. There it is.
So imagine, you have your different groups, and you want them to each watch a particular video that you made or found, and then you also want them to respond to it, or a video that they may have made as well, and put it in here. So now when I click this, it plays it right inside of FigJam. So you don't have to worry about students or it opening up in YouTube and it playing the the ads before. So
yeah, no ads.
Yes,
that's another thing.
That's pretty neat.
I want to show from here because every time I show a YouTube, it's like Grammarly. There's no Grammarly in this. It's awesome.
I know mine's running a little slow because I'm also streaming this session from my laptop over Wi-Fi and trying to pull YouTube. That's what too. But as you can see, that is literally there it is, working inside of FigJam. They don't have to go out of it. Headphones watching it. If you haven't watched this guy, he's amazing. Mark, shout out to you. Make that a little smaller, and you can see it still plays in there, and then I can right inside. So you can line up so many videos.
It's bigger, and so kids will notice it. So it's harder for them to say, "Oh, I didn't see it," But you can also put those sticky notes or whatever the response you want beside it, and it's just easier for them to see.
Yes,
and it's easier for you to
I
see
love that.
Responded and stuff. So
as you saw, I just drug into a space. And I don't have to select everything in the space to move it. So now maybe I want this space here to move. So everything that's in there, it moves around with it. There we go. Man, I'm telling you, boy, Fig to the jam. Fig to the jam. Okay. All right. So any more questions or any more, because we're at 5 o'clock. Do you have anything else that there's a lot more.
I have a lot of cool stuff, but
yes.
I can't say it all.
So any questions that y'all may have for us, leave them in the comments right now. That'd be awesome. If not, like I said, we'll catch y'all hopefully here pretty soon. We'll come to a POC near you. Let's see. There's no questions yet. I got a great job and a thank y'all and all that in there. I mean, it's pretty fun. I really like using this. So we'll be doing some summit sessions too with it too as well. And we might have to do a FigJam part 2 in a couple of weeks.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, and Laura, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
For sharing all this. Yes. So much fun. We really love doing these things and helping them out. If you do want to follow Laura, because I know she's going to be posting some things too as well, where can they find you at?
I'm on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. It's at LP Teaches.
LP Teaches.
LP Teaches.
She'll be sharing her Figma journey or FigJam journey as well with that.
Just come by.
Or you can just come by and see it.
Yeah. Come see me.
All right. Once again, thank y'all so much, and we'll catch you next time, guys. Thank you so. Yeah, thank you.